location? Why did you choose this particular part of the world, and had you considered others for the screenplay?
Well, I think the story kind of could take place in many places. Couples all over the world travel, hire guides. This could take place in lots of places. For me, Georgia was the place that I first got the idea. It was a place my parents had traveled to when they were young. My mom had hiked across the Caucasus, so I kind of grew up with this myth of Georgia. In the Soviet Union, Georgia was like the jewel of the vacation paradise of the Soviet Union. And also, the mountains there were so incredible. I mean, it's this very special landscape, you know, that looks almost like science fiction. That was another factor, I think. It was all these different things kind of converging. The other thing was that I think it's very known for its hospitality. We were talking about this earlier, you know. And the tourism industry in Georgia is kind of nascent still, so there is still the opportunity kind of to interact with people. People will buy you a beer, they might invite you to their house, and that's something very different. For me, it was important that these are travelers who seek out a place like this rather than going somewhere where like the role of the tourist is very established, like Thailand or something like this.
There's an incredible looseness to the film that makes one believe, probably erroneously, that there was a fair amount of improvisation that went on. Can you talk about that, both of you?
I mean, it's hard for me to think of it as improvisation because there were, I mean, Julia's, I really feel like we came together to try to bring Julia's vision to life, and Julia's vision was very specific. She really knew what she wanted to see. There were there were little parts that we could be, playful and stuff like that, more physically and things like that. But I think, I mean, the stories, the text, that's Julia's, and yeah. So it was kind of a mix of both. It was a very exciting mix of both.
For the casting, did you want this contrast? I mean, in the sense that Gael's, of course, Mexican, and well, Hani is, I guess, American-Israeli. And did you decide to have this kind of ethnic contrast, or how did that come about?
Well, I was interested in the idea of like masculinity, what it means to be a man now in contemporary culture. Obviously, that's very culturally constructed, but I also did not want it to be a film about Americanness in the most direct sense. And for me, like, you know, I'm originally from Russia. Everyone I know has an accent, pretty much, or they're from somewhere, and they don't have an accent. So to me, that's kind of like most people I know are like this. They're kind of from somewhere else and hybridized, so that was important.